Alright guys, how's it going? Awesome Soul here, and welcome back to Robocraft. This time around, I am testing out the new Flak Sentinels. I think they're called Sentinels. Yes, Flak Sentinels. Bigger ones are Guardians. Still getting used to the new name. And the new and improved SMGs. Or the lasers. That's a name I have still not gotten used to. So, I guess that means I will never get used to the new Flak names. Oh well. So, what exactly do I think of the new Flak? Well, I would have to say that they are fairly decent, actually. From what I played around with, the mini ions is they... yeah, I should be using that Flak. They are not as good as the big ones. But these mini Flaks can actually hold their own, and they do have more of a purpose, I guess you could say. Because the ease of building with them is magnificent. This mech that I have here, if you've been around on my channel for quite a while, you'll probably remember that this thing has been through a lot of design stages over the years. This was something that I made, actually, when they announced Flak. Yes, Flak was first announced. I decided to build this thing, and I'm like, oh hey, you know, let's make a mech that can carry a big Flak cannon on the back. Hence why the top is so flat. Oh yeah, best to get the hell out of here. They're gonna be respawning. And yeah, so I built it with the big Flak in mind, and I couldn't really get the shape I wanted. I didn't have enough CPU left over. So what I decided to do is scrap it, and then the missile launcher came out. I believe that's how it happened. Yeah, the missile launcher came out, and then I'm like, oh, well, great. Then I can't actually fit the 2 missile pods on, unfortunately, because I wanted, you know, one on both arms. But hey, maybe we'll be seeing more of the miniaturized versions in the hello. Oh, you are adorable. I think you got put into the wrong matchmaking queue. Uh-oh. So where was I? Yes. So I couldn't get the the missile pods on both arms like I wanted. Maybe we could do that with the mini missile pods, if they ever come out with those things. Which I assume they would, now that we've got mini Flak. But yeah, so then I strapped on some Proto-Seekers to the side of this thing. This was back when Proto-Seekers were actually good. And, you know, just 2 of them was actually viable. But then, well, the big nerf happened, and unfortunately, Proto-Seekers were not good. So hence, this mech hasn't been pulled out for quite a while. And then, the small Flak was announced, and I'm like, I guess I'll have to make a new robot for this Flak, huh? And then I remembered, oh, the MOA has no purpose currently, so I figured that it was a good time to bring it out into the spotlight. And it's been doing rather well, actually. It's always had the 5 SMGs, and before this update, you needed 6 SMGs to get the max fire rate, but now you only need 4, and that goes for plasma as well. And they also lowered the the nominal count on rail as well, I believe. I think it used to be 6, but now it's 5 for the Eraser. Which, yeah, not quite sure why they didn't drop it to 4, because those guns are massive, but hey, it's something. Unless it was always 5, and I just didn't remember that. Ooh, gotta be careful. Hey, there we go. That was rather fast. And did I didn't do too well. Oh well, anyways, so I will go ahead and jump into another match. Sure, let's get another one going, because that was only like 4 minutes worth of footage, and I'm sure you guys want to see more of this mech, because that was not long enough. All uncommons? Decent. I actually got all rares out of a diamond crate one time. Or was it a silver crate? I can't remember. Anyways, guys, I will be right back. Alright, and we are back. On the same side, in the exact same spawning position. Interestingly enough. So, the, whoa, hello! Ow. So yes, the spot that I left off on, I believe I was talking about how great the new lasers are. When I got sidetracked by the whole new nominal count thing. Although it's not really a sidetrack, it is fairly important. So, the opinions on the new lasers. I really do like them, but then I also kind of don't like them. But the like outweighs the dislike. So, I guess I'll quickly touch on why I don't like the changes. Just because the old version of the lasers, or at least previous to this one, of course every weapon in the game has gone through a lot of changes, but the version of the lasers before this update, they were pretty much designated to a secondary weapon, a sidearm, if you will. Ooh, almost tripped over there. Anyways, so what I really did like about them was the fact that they used so little power. And you could, you know, fire away, and I'm not looking too hot here. Let me just cripple, or triple hover, or whatever you want to call it, away. Anyways, well, I've made my escape, lovely. So yes, they were a dedicated sidearm weapon. Even if they weren't really admitted to that, that's definitely the role they filled, and a role that I quite like them in, kind of, but I don't know. This new version does seem a lot better, because now it's its own weapon. It can hold its own. You can now, again, have full-on laser builds. Whereas for at least quite a while, you couldn't really do that. But I guess why I do like them is just that. You can now have a full-on laser build. Because this bot, in particular, in the old version of the game, or at least the update, again, previous to this one, it wouldn't really be able to hold its own. Because it's got Flak, which is a very situational weapon, only good against air units, more so than ever now, and the lasers, which are, again, a sidearm weapon, essentially. But now, the lasers are its main weapon, and the Flak can be, well, Flak, and, you know, totally wreck shop against air units. Although, a few people have been pointing out that with the new accuracy and rate of fire, or, well, projectile travel speed, rather, of the lasers, which is doubled what they were before, is Flak even that good anymore? Do we really need it as much? I would say that no, we don't really need Flak, because lasers are actually pretty good at taking out air units, and they always kind of were. But now they've been buffed quite a bit, and they are definitely a force to be reckoned with when it comes to attacking air units. Please leave my friend alone. Well, he's dead. I think that was a friend, right? Oh well. Can I make my escape? That is the question. No, I cannot. Ooh, but I am leading in kills, actually. That's quite nice. Let's get back into the fray here. So, unfortunately, we haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to show off our Flak, but in the games that I've played before this, and yesterday, I would say that I am quite enjoying this Flak. Just, again, as I touched on earlier, I really like, or I guess the main thing that I like about it is the building freedom. And you can make super awesome sidearm, or they're not really arms. I don't really count these as arms, because I kind of have the same thing going on for the Spearhead, if you know what that mech is. My pride and joy. My Ion Distorter mech. So it's got the cockpit like way out in the front, and it's got these kind of shoulder, quote-unquote, mounted weapons. But I've never really called them arms, because the original design idea that I wanted for that was to have arms, sort of like tiny little arms holding one laser each, but it didn't really turn out because, you know, CPU restraints and all that jazz. Ooh, can I actually get a kill with Flak? I wonder. Probably not. Yeah, the thing is, though, it definitely seems like the fire rate, it might just be the fact that I'm used to using two Flak, or the large Flak, but the fire rate definitely does seem a little lower on these. Come on, there we go. On these mini Flak. But hey, I'm not really complaining, because you can now have them as a sidearm, as a backup, without having to basically build around Flak, just because they were so massive. And you basically had to like build a huge platform just for it. But now with the mini ones, you can just kind of stick them onto the side of pretty much anything, and it works. Because again, this mech has gone through a lot of iterations, and the fact that it was meant for giant Flak, and the fact that I could fit on these tiny Flak and even Proto-Seekers quite easily, is definitely a good thing. So yes, building freedom is very nice. This guy, his building freedom is... I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically his bot kind of crumbled apart there. And we got the final kill. Wonderful. Isn't that fantastic? Again, I didn't really show off too much usage of the Flak this match, but oh well, hopefully you will forgive me. So, 8 kills, and definitely the MVP of the team, I must say. 7 assists, 0 healing, but I couldn't really do any healing. A lot of damage, and yeah, overall I would say that lasers get the thumbs up, mini Flak gets the thumbs up, and mini Ion, Freejam, if you're listening, maybe tweak that, make it slightly better, because the mini Flak and the regular Flak are kind of on the same level, in my opinion. They're just good at different things, whereas when it comes to the Ions, the big one is definitely a lot better than the small one. And with that, guys, let me know what you think of the laser changes and the Flak, the mini Flak, of course, or, well, anything else I really talked about, or anything new in this update. With that, I've been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.